BRAYYY so far in this season have been playing a lot of utility type junglers. He's been using Akai, I think, for at least 6 times now so far in the season. So for him to take that out as well as the Bauman, SMG SG banning out that Fanny could be an indication that he's going back into a little bit of an assassin, especially now that they've picked up the Grog along with their draft.
With a Grog in play, they do have the early game momentum that they're trying to look for. Early game from the Grog as well as the Julian. Late game coming in from the form of this Uranus as well as Claude. BRAYYY really needs to look for a hero that can really scale pretty darn well and of course get himself the power spike in the mid stages of the game. And understandably, it kind of seems as though Karina is a hero that they gotta have to look out for. And SMG, if they want to, they can snipe that Karina away, leaving not a lot of choices available for RSG.
I think a Karina or maybe a D-Roth would be good here.
Honestly, a Link will be a little bit too late though, so that is going to be a problem.
Okay, Karina and the Yuzong.
Okay, Karina still stolen.
Okay, so the Karina is going to get taken away here by the side of Team SMG. And the Yuzong though, that's we didn't see a Yuzong so far, right?
No,
we did not. Think we have it. It feels like a throwback to like season 2. Season 2. It's been a while since seeing that, but I think Bento does play a lot of Yuzong, so it's pretty high on the comfort pick list, I would imagine. That means though it's gonna be a Marsha roam here, which I personally haven't seen in a while.
Or Sky Guardian here, maybe.
Oh, I'm trying to find out what exactly they're trying to go for. There could be a possibility that the Julian may go to the jungle. In the event that Julian goes to the... Okay, no, I don't think that's going to be happening.
Oh,
wait.
Yeah, it's going to be a Julian jungle and
505 Selena.
Yes, it's a 505 Selena. We'll be looking forward to a lot of nice abyssal arrows, you know, just catching everybody off.
I was opening up the possibility of them picking out a specific gold EXP jungle. No, I was specifically looking for a soft tank. In order to uphold babycakes in the lane, but unfortunately, because of the clashes of both the Grog as well as Uranus, or rather mostly on the Uranus, that is a problem. Because I was hoping that Grog will go into the EXP lane, and then we have a soft tank, and then Julian go to the jungle. But that means that we don't have a proper mage player. So pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, but it looks like both of these drafts are locked and loaded on the side of RSG. Very, very heavy in terms of CC and team fighting potential with no Franco, but we have the Selena for those lockdowns as well. But SMG probably ready to respond to that. So here we go. Take it away. First game between these two teams.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be the first game of SMG up against RSG. 2 of the G. Hopefully one of them will say GG by the end of the game. And yep, SMG looking pretty fast. I mean, it's Joxxx. I mean, we've seen how Joxxx actually, you know, went from EVOS and then now into a brand new team, which is going to be SMG, and a very good invade there coming out from Dairy, and Joe immediately securing that level 2. This is the basis, or rather the result of babysitting the mid lane. So boost in terms of damage dependent on how the opponents, which is SMG, wants to react to it. But unfortunately, I think that they all understand that they shouldn't keep an eye out for Athena's shield first if they really want to. But this is really just based on balance. Who wants to pick out, and who do you think is going to be the biggest burden? Or not biggest burden, sorry. Who are you specifically getting targeted? Like, for example, backliners. You would definitely want to pick out some physical defenses. Frontliners, you will want to pick out some magical defenses. I think that's why, you know, they drafted Marsha for the first pick, because Marsha is such a priority towards SMG SG right there. They want to rush that backline. They want to catch 505. They want to catch babycakes off guard. These are your only few squishies. BRAYYY is definitely going to build semi-tank right there, and then Lolsie is on the tank, but the Abyssal Arrows lands down onto Rum right there. He's going to miss the screen by a little, and just as I said, 505 is going to get taken out right there. First blood is definitely going to go towards Joxxx.
Marsha is definitely a good hero coming into the name for SMG, knowing that Dairy is naturally a very aggressive player. In the meantime, top lane.
Oh, Bento there with a very good sustain coming out with the Shah residue, and Diablo not securing a kill even with the gank coming in from BRAYYY. And Turtle in favor of RSG SG right now, but SMG, they are signaling towards the turtle, but it looks like the turtle is going to get resetted right now.
There's definitely some kind of zoning that SMG is trying to go for, even trying to expand onto the Big Black Dragon, and of course draining onto Bray.
Oh, Bray is going to get so low right now, but Joe is also very low. He pops the Black Shoer, but the turtle is going to go towards Bray again. Bento getting taken down, but no, Bray and Lolsie is going to get traded back in return.
Diablo.
And Lolsie and Diablo living life on the edge right there, trusting in his healing powers. And what a skirmish coming out from SMG.
Really a trades after trades after trades, of course. 3-2, and RSG, even though they are 1 kill down, they still have definitely some form of gold advantage. We're still very early into the game, so it's not too big of a worry when it comes down to gold advantage. But with this recent replay, we can definitely have a better understanding as to how the fight eventually went, with Bento starting up the fight first, immediately jumping onto Bray, forcing Bray to release a lot of that damage that he's able to deal, be it enhanced chains or perhaps enhanced scythe. So because you jump onto Julian first, you force him to go for the enhanced sword. So this means that there's not a lot of damage, there's not a lot of crowd control as well. You resort into escape.
That's right, resorting into escape right now, but as we can see, the goal lane babysitting coming out from Dairy again, but I feel the only mistake that SMG SG made right there, yes, they got 2 for 2, but they kind of missed the turtle right there because Joxxx just wasn't there.
I'm relatively surprised that Dairy is actually going for babysitting services down in the bottom lane. Not too sure how much Ram has been paying him for that, but not naturally, because Dairy is playing as a masher. I thought that he will be playing a lot more aggressive. I thought that he will be moving around a little bit more, this kind of stuff, instead of just going down the bottom lane, just staying all the way there. But perhaps SMG, they definitely realized that, okay, Ram, he's going to be one of our win condition. And not to forget, there is a Selena on the opponent side.
Exactly, and that's the squishiness coming out. 2 bites and, oh wait, actually 1 little bite onto 505 and easy does it, but here comes Babycakes. He's gonna go low right now. It's gonna be a big turret dive. Dairy taking all of it, placing the wedge. He's not gonna do anything. 505 tries to run out. Dairy takes all the turret aggro. It's still worth. It's a double kill, but look over on the purple buff right now. It's gonna get, not gonna get stolen away. Bray is gonna get slowed down by Joe here. Bento and Joxxx to the rescue, but here comes the S2 coming in from Bray. Is it gonna be enough though? Diablo getting away and a big disengage coming out, and what a purple contest, forcing Joxxx to use that retribution. As of right now, it is going to go towards RSG favor right now because that's 200 IQ plays, forcing Joxxx to use that retribution. So there is no retry battle. Here comes the wall onto Joe. Can Joe get away though? Abyssal Arrow is going to catch down onto Dairy. Down goes Joe. No black shoes available though. Very good communication coming out from RSG SG right there.
5-5 in 5 minutes into the game, almost at 15,000 gold.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
5 on 5.
Yeah, 5
on 5 on 5.
5-1-5.
5 on 5 on 5.
But anyways, it does definitely seem as though both teams are relatively neck and neck, and I wouldn't say that any of these teams does have any advantage just yet. In the meantime, I think that pulling off the emblem would be able to give us a very a great overview as to the entire team. And noticeably, I've been talking about unbending will, of course, onto the masher, the lower HP that you have, then the more damage you deal. That is the main cause of damage that you would want to see from the masher. In the meantime, Mystery Shop coming from SMG. But speaking of mystery, definitely.
Oh, big stun onto Babycakes though by the 2-man knockup, and the blazing duet comes out. Down goes Ram. Dairy trying to push some damage down onto Diablo, and he's gonna get secured down onto Joxxx. Joxxx pops the other one onto Lolsie, but no, it is gonna be a 1-for-1 here. Ram getting taken out for Diablo in return. What a trade from SMG. As of right now, they're just trading hands. They're just showing, hey, I have this card. Do you have this card? They're like, yeah, I have this card too.
Honestly, when it comes down to RSG SG's very strong early game start with the Selena, the Julian, as well as the Grog, I'm very surprised that we are looking at this state of the game. SMG SG is doing a fantabulous job. No, fantabulous? That's not a word.
It is.
Fabulous. Wait, really? Yep. Fabulous job in dealing with RSG. And speaking of which, they may even want to continue to take this frontline fight as Dairy went straight into the face of RSG. Realizes that this may not be the best case scenario for them to continue, as thus they immediately fall back to the top lane and wanting to exert a little bit more pressure as they prepare themselves for the turtle.
Exactly, and SMG SG right now, as you can see from the way that they're standing in the map, they are trying to get this turtle right now because RSG SG They have 2 turtles to their name. SMG SG, they desperately need this turtle. It is so crucial to them. They are ahead of goal just by a little bit though, but here comes Dairy going head in. He is going to bulldoze his way all the way, trying to catch out 505, trying to catch out Babycakes. But here is Lolsie for the zoning. Is it going to be enough though? Lolsie runs a little low, but here comes Bento with a big black dragon. But down goes Lolsie. 505 runs a little low. He gets away, but here comes the Petrify and the knockup. But BRAYYY is going to go down right there. And Joxxx securing their first and last turtle for SMG SG. SMG SG, victor of the fight.
They may not have found Babycakes, but finding BRAYYY is definitely important. Remember how we talked about the win condition? That is it. It's a vice versa thing when it comes down to BRAYYY and Babycakes, especially when we are looking at heroes. The more you cripple the Julian, the less you will be able to be consistent in the early game. As such, he won't be able to deal that much damage, resulting this Julian to be more of a utility type of Julian, constantly going for enhanced change, enhanced change, enhanced change. Something that you will always see at the end stage of the game of what Julian usually do. In the early stages, you will always want to see enhanced scythe, because that is the most power damage that you can deal as a Julian. That is how you assassinate people. And only team fights, then enhanced chains. But in this case, they would want to use up that early game power. They would want to be as explosive as they can. But because SMG has already shut down BRAYYY twice, I believe the RSG, they have got quite something in store for them.
Blazing duets coming out, but all the way rushing in is going to be Bento trying to catch down onto Babycakes. But no, that was just a big zone coming up from Bento, and SMG SG taking the first tier turret in the mid lane. And meanwhile, as you can see on the map, BRAYYY is still waiting. He's going to catch out onto Ram. He lands down and enhanced chains, but he is going to walk away scot-free with a Purify. And Joe forced to pop the black shoes right now. Ram runs to safety, but all the way behind is going to be Joxxx with the damage, but not enough to take out Diablo with the healing.
Even though the Karina is playing as a mage Karina, still not a kind of damage that is possible to melt down a Uranus. Understandably, right? Uranus is always very tanky. Even in the early stages of the game, a single charge of the ultimate is going to be more than enough for you to regain all of the health that you have lost in a short amount of time. SMG versus RSG. This is the result that we are, or rather some of us, would be surprised. A 3,000 goal lead in favor of SMG. And the way that they have been doing all of that so far is really just pushing all of their objectives with a lot of these turrets taken down. BRAYYY is also doing a very good job trying to zone everyone else out and really just opening up the map, while Bento comes in at the nick of time in order to zone anyone else away, knowing that Babycakes is just not quite up to task yet.
Oh, Abyssal Arrow lands down onto Dairy, gets the knockup, but he is going to get knocked up by the wild charge again. And here comes Babycakes with the Blazing Duets, but no, he's going to get taken out. BRAYYY manages to get away, but down goes Joxxx and Dairy. No trade coming out except for 505 right now. Ram runs very low, trying to catch down onto BRAYYY, but no, the enhanced chains is going to get him down. Double kill coming out for BRAYYY. Bento coming one step too late. And just couldn't win the fight.
Pretty much a caster's curse, I gotta say. Always saying that he's coming in the nick of time. This time, shy a bit too late. Understandably, he went all the way to top lane, and he know that he does have the mobility with the Black Dragon form. He can come down any time. But the problem is that SMG SG, they don't really have a very sustainable composition. Whenever RSG tries to go for the aggressive, there's really not much that you can do. You can't really escape. You don't really have any form of escape mechanism. The one thing that you have really is about zoning. So Bento plays a very big part in SMG in order to push Babycakes away. But the longer this game drags, the better it is for Babycakes, because even if Bento comes into your face as a Claude, you will take up a fight with him in the later stages.
Exactly right, and we have the Lord marching down the bottom lane right now. SMG SG, they're trying all they can. During their previous fight, Dairy took all that damage and all that ultimate. Heavy CC lock down onto Dairy, and let's see how SMG deals with this. What is their answer? Look at Joxxx just waiting in the side, but Bento and Diablo here going for that wet noodle fight, and down goes the tier 2 turret, and Joxxx is forced to run away. Abyssal Arrow catches down onto Dairy, but no follow-up from RSG.
with the Lord marching down in the bottom lane, pillaging everything that SMG SG holds dear. The middle lane creeps is going to be pushing in, and so will the top lane creeps. Bento tried to go face to face against Diablo, but unfortunately, knowing that the rotations for RSG is heading up north, he gotta have to do nothing. He can't do anything but to surrender the second tier defense turret to the hands of RSG, because his life is very important. You can't afford to lose a Joxxx before a fight even begins. And speaking of fight, it definitely seems as though Lolsie is going in for a wall charge.
Joxxx all the way from the back trying to catch out onto Bray, but no, Bray is going to be in the victor of that fight, but 505 goes down, Babycake goes down. It is going to be a 1 for 2, but look at Bento, he runs a little low, Dairy runs low too, forcing SMG SG to go very, very passive. That's a victory for SMG SG right there. 2 for 1. Babycakes and 505, your main mage and your main marksman for your jungler. I feel that's worth.
Unfortunately for RSG, that wasn't exactly the most ideal fight. Most of the reason is due to the fact that Lolsie's wild charge didn't really connect onto anyone and misplaced Lolsie, right? Kind of pushes him in a different position, which is rather unfortunate if you ask me. You see, Lolsie immediately went in for a flicker and tries to go for a wild charge, shyly missing out Rum. The only thing that got caught was, of course, Cooper. And from that point on, the fight has been split into half. The back lines coming in from SMG is able to melt down the front lines that tries to overextend, and then the front lines of SMG literally just ran into the face of RSG SG, and that is Bento. Just zone everyone else out.
Yep, that's Bento in a nutshell. Bento in a bento. Right there, and as we can see right now, Babycakes just picked up that Malefic Roar, so he is going to hurt you guys, especially towards Rum, and Joe especially, so because they are so squishy. SMG SG right now, they did build up that Radiant Armor, like you said, Abstract. They are going to be investing in this magical defense as we speak right now. The Lord is up. RSG, they do have the man advantage, but SMG SG, they do have Karina to try to go for the steal, but Bray on that Julian can also go for the steal.
Late game, understandably, is always going to be an issue for SMG, and it's always a cause of concern. You don't really have a very reliable source of damage other than Rum, which stands at the back. Unfortunately, once it reaches the late stages of the game, Babycakes is then will be able to dive in very simply.
Oh, good damage
from diving.
Good damage from Joe though, but here comes Lolsie with a wild charge. Joe is going to be able to pop all the way back, and down goes Bray. What a catch coming out from Dairy right now, and Diablo is going to get knocked up all the way in, but Joe is going to be able to run away. Diablo still standing strong throughout this whole fight. 505 here trying to do something about it. Abyssal Arrow comes out, but no contest for the Lord. RSG SG, they're just trying to get some information here. They have no information where Babycakes is. Blazing Duet has already been used. He does have the support emblem though, but look at this. Blood Wings coming out for Joxxx. Is it going to be tanky? Is it going to be strong enough? Pupo and Koopa right now looking a little low, but Joe gets caught by the Abyssal Arrow.
They bought enough time. RSG SG has bought enough time for Bray to come back up in 2 seconds, but unfortunately, it kind of seems as though the Lord is about to go down. Who's going to be the one to get it? It's very likely going to be SMG SG with the retribution.
Yes, it is, and down goes the Lord. It is going to go towards SMG SG right now, but the Blazing Duet comes out. Down goes Bento, but look at the magic kill right there. Mega kill coming up for Joe, but here comes a Winter Truncheon. Double kill coming up for Bray. 3 men down on the side of SMG. 3 men down on the side of RSG. 3 for 3 right now. Joxxx and Joe standing alive. 505 and Diablo standing alive. SMG SG takes the Lord in that fight.
Definitely not something that RSG is looking out for. They tried to drag on the fight as long as possible in order for Bray to come back. But right after he came back, he immediately fell short again. This really comes down to the front line of SMG. There's not much things that this Julian can do. Go in, enhance chains, you gotta have to go back out. They did not really manage to capitalize in the early stage of the game. In order for them to survive in the late stages of the game, the mid stages of the game is where things started to get a little bit grim, and that is where SMG started to get themselves the curve, the tempo, and that is why things are looking very well. But from this point onwards, 16 minutes onwards, Babycakes is going to go online. Diablo is going to get so much tankier. This is going to be a tough fight for SMG, and they're going to have to get the priorities right.
Yep, and SMG, as we speak, like you said, priorities, they finally get the tier 2s on the top and the middle turret, along with the bottom turret right now. Tier 2 has been taken away. RSG SG right now, they only have their tier 3s up and online, not even touched yet. But SMG, they finally get their priorities right, as you can see, stealing away the purple buff, trying to deprive RSG right there, denying BRAYYY from that purple buff right now.
Honestly, right now, what I'm looking out for is that the big bad wolf could not find the piggy's house.
Oh, that's true.
In fact, the piggy's house is the this is no longer a straw house, a wood house, or a brick house. No, I wouldn't even call this a brick
Cement house.
We are almost looking at a steel house.
Steel house.
This is almost a steel house because right along for RSG's games and all of RSG's games so far, they have been doing very well with one exception, right? That of course is the game that has been postponed.
Yep.
We will talk about that in the future. But RSG, they have got 2-0 victory in the most convincing manner. Right now, RSG seems like they have another competitor which they would have a problem with. This could possibly be their kryptonite, which is going to change the narrative of the entire competition by a crazy bit, and absolutely fabulous to watch.
This could be the second kryptonite that, you know, the MPL has to offer, hiding in their pockets towards RSG SG right now. But as you can see on the map, they're all just grouped around. They are just literally camping around, trying to wait for resources. 51k to 50k. Let's take a look at the item. It is going to be a full damage Karina. Nothing surprising about that. And we have a Athena shield on Rum on the Pupo and Koopa. But as we speak, Diablo here with a wet noodle fight up against Bento again. But SMG, they have the position for the Lord, but SMG could literally, RSG SG, sorry, could literally walk right up to the back and just stab them straight in the back.
It's not exactly gonna be easy though. The main thing that we want to look out for is the fact that 505 is able to land one of her Abyssal Arrow, and of course landing on the right person. In the meantime, Diablo, he's already tanky. There's no way he's gonna die over 1 or 2 persons. RSG, they really want to find an opening, and they did manage to blast down 2 health bars off of Dairy. That means that the opening part of the map for SMG is dead. SMG can't open the map much anymore. RSG SG then find this as an opportunity that they would want to get as fast as possible. And with that Abyssal Arrow, they have information. They know what's coming. And with that, Lolsie puts up the Guardian Barrier to push SMG away, but Bento starts things off with a Black Dragon form.
And a Black Dragon form here with a big zone, and down goes BRAYYY. No retribution. Is it gonna go towards SMG SG? Yes, it is. Down go Lolsie. 505 runs low, but Bento and Dairy is gonna go down right now, but they're unstoppable coming up for Joe, along with Rum and babycakes run so low. SMG again taking the Lord away, the evolved second Lord right now. SMG SG, well done to you guys. It is a 3 for 2 though, but it's still in favor of SMG.
Unfortunately, SMG, they don't have a frontliner that would help them push the course with the Lord. So the only thing that they are doing right now is extending their health bar, extending their life. They wouldn't be able to do much from this Lord. So honestly, it kind of gives RSG another lease of life to get a better and stronger play. Bento is the one that started the fight. They immediately jump over to the back lines. That allowed Dairy to push his advantage right in the face of BRAYYY. They understood that they gotta kill the person that has the retribution in order to bring down the Lord. And if they bring down the Lord and not a lot of players died, then great. That is gonna be the GG push. But from getting the Lord onwards, everything shambled, everything fell apart, and SMG didn't have anything else to work with the Lord. Anything but a small mistake, right? This is one of the biggest things that SMG would want to do. That is probably the biggest thing that they would want to capitalize on.
They can't choke now. SMG SG, they're literally on a pedestal right now. They are 1k ahead only. I do not know how. RSG only has 2 turtles though, but still very good, close, equal goal right now. But look at Bento getting locked down. Where's the rest of SMG SG? He's gonna get instant lockdown, and Joe not pushing out the damage. Rum gets stunned up right there, and RSG SG with the CC layering is thicker than a cake right there. RSG SG, 1,000-layer cake, just locked down onto Bento, not even granting him to use his Petrify at all. Not even the Black Dragon form. Still up for Bento.
Bento, cheeky boy. We have 505 that threw 2 Abyssal Arrow over to that brush. He evaded both of them with great agility. But unfortunately, the one thing that he can't stop is going to be the Abyssal Trap, because the Abyssal Trap immediately exposes whoever's in the brush. So once that happens, Bento knew time to bail.
Time to bail.
But unfortunately, we're looking at a team that has got quite a bit of lockdown. And right after bailing, he used his Furious Dive in order to get away from Lolsie's Guardian Barrier. But one thing that he did not expect is gonna be another Abyssal Arrow. Because 505 Abyssal Arrow, then Abyssal Trap, right?
Yep.
So his Abyssal Arrow has already went off cooldown, and that is perfect time for RSG. It kind of seems as though it's a bait from 505. Not too
Could
sure
be
if
a bait.
Not too sure if it is, but that is a well-orchestrated play coming from RSG. They didn't really quite capitalize that into anything else except to gain more momentum, or rather, gain more control, free real estate in the lower quarters of the map.
Oh, Bento going for a light winter truncheon this time. He does not want to get killed. But as you can see, babycakes here starting off the Lord. 505 throwing out the Abyssal Arrow. Kind of misses. Abyssal Trap comes out into the bush right now. But BRAYYY trying to get some information here. Babycakes tries to shimmy the Lord away. Lord dance the Lord away. But it's just going to get resetted.
This is really gonna boil down to execution. Initially, we were talking. I was talking about how SMG SG doesn't really have a very good chance in the late stages of the game. Honestly, I still feel that way. But BRAYYY, I think that I have been underestimating the burst damage that he has whenever he charges onto an enemy, and I think that his targeting is gonna be really important. As long as BRAYYY is able to land the charge onto BRAYYY will have a lot of problems. And likewise, if he lands on babycakes will have a lot of problems. That is what RSG have to do. They have to zone BRAYYY away. But being tanky, being the roamer, being someone with 3 health bar, this is not something that you can easily do after all.
There's no way to escape from Mr. 3 bar HP there, but as you can see right now, RSG, what they're trying to do, they're trying to pull the Lord out, they're trying to lower the Lord, they're trying to lure SMG out of their rabbit hole right now, but BRAYYY, he's just been scouting, he's giving the information, and here comes the Guardian Wall coming up. Babycakes trying to shred the Lord away, but BRAYYY is still giving so much information, but Diablo here up against Bento, they're just wet noodle fighting at the top lane right now, but oh, here comes Diablo, trying to put some damage onto Bento right now. But Lord knock up here. Here comes babycakes along with BRAYYY. Joe, are they still gonna go in though?
Honestly, right now, things are looking pretty well for RSG, right? Because when it comes down to Diablo, he would definitely be able to throw on a lot of impact in the side lanes, right? Not necessarily in a team fight. He will have impact, yes, but not as much as what Bento is able to bring onto a team fight. So they weigh the pros and cons, and they realize, yeah, you know what? Diablo can actually go and split push a lot. But in the meantime, Joxxx runs in on 505.
505 is gonna get taken down right there, but BRAYYY is gonna be able to trade down for Joxxx, and down goes the Lord. Is gonna go to babycakes is gonna run so low. Here comes Diablo trying to go for the flank right there, but BRAYYY runs very low right here. He's trying to take down babycakes, but no, he's gonna get mega kill right there. Joxxx and BRAYYY goes down, but the Lord still goes towards SMG SG again and again and again. The third Lord, enhanced golden Lord coming out for SMG SG right there.
Honestly, right now, the more Lord RSG loses, it doesn't make any difference anymore. You know, right now, yes, the Lord is high and mighty and beastie and whatever other verbs you can put in onto the Lord. He's gonna be tough to bring down, but I'm pretty sure the RSG will still be able to bring it down after all. But now, there's no damage except for one. One person is getting damaged from losing all of these Lords.
Oh, who is?
Of course, it is BRAYYY. This is going to be some kind of mental game on the BRAYYY.
Yeah.
Understandably, as a jungler, if I am losing Lord time and time again, the second Lord that he lost was because BRAYYY stole it.
Yep.
This Lord that he lost was because Joe stole it.
Exactly.
How would you feel as someone with the retribution? You would definitely start to have some emotional damage. And honestly, this is the point in time where RSG may start to tilt a little bit, and it may sway in favor for SMG.
You literally stole the words right out of my mouth, man. I literally wanted to say emotional damage towards
You could have
BRAYYY.
said it with me.
Yeah, I mean, we saw BRAYYY, you know, scratching his head like, oh, what's going on, man?
Honestly,
I'm missing my red tree.
He may be confused as well. I believe that he's relatively confused too. Because BRAYYY as the Julian, let's be honest here, even though you have the Feather of Heaven, you won't deal much damage to the Lord. But there is, out of all the hero pool, there is one hero that is going to be super strong against this Lord, and you will always win this Lord.
Mia.
And steal everything. Not
Mia.
Mia.
Oh.
Someone is even better than Mia.
Balmon?
Lunox.
Oh, that's true.
Lunox bursts the crap out of this Lord. The higher the amount of health it is, I don't care about that. So honestly, right now, I mean, I would love to see a Lunox in this game. But we don't have it right now. The main thing is we gotta have to work with the lineup that RSG and SMG have got for themselves. And we're starting to see a wet noodle fight everywhere. You're talking about top lane. But now, it's everywhere.
Yep.
Every single team fight is a wet noodle fight because honestly, we don't know where it's going to be, whether there's even any impact at all.
It's just all-out brawl fight. It's like a fight club, you know. Just go all-out ham. You know, there could be results. They could be everything. But let's talk about the win condition for SMG right here. I feel they just continue to keep on stealing the Lord, and then RSG will start to fall behind because the Lord will progressively get thicker and stronger, and you know, just more tankier.
SMG SG, the main thing that they want to look out for is actually opening up the map and getting themselves the vision. In order for them to get the vision, of course, it is going to be Dewey's job. And once they have the slightest glimpse as to where most of the players is, that is Bento's job to come in to really zone out babycakes. That is their main win condition. In order to zone babycakes away, the rest of the party will be taken down by SMG because of Rum as well as Joe. Let's not forget the fact that Joxxx as well as Dewey also have their own specific bursts of damage. As long as babycakes is not there to provide for the team, SMG SG will be able to floor it all. 4 against 4. RSG SG would not be able to do much. Bray doesn't really have much damage at this point in time of the game. Selena doesn't have a lot of damage this time of the game. And let's not forget, Grok wouldn't have that much as well. Diablo is the one that could deal some damage perhaps.
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. He needs to get his passive up to 4 stacks on the enemy, and then it starts to hurt. But
the main thing is that he needs to be sustainable.
Exactly.
So SMG's win con is actually really simple. Single out babycakes or zone him away. While RSG, they actually have quite a lot in their mind. They can't burst this lot fast enough. So that is definitely one of an issue, right?
They need a lot right now. For RSG SG, this is their win con. 1 lot is all it takes. 1 lot is all it takes.
Honestly, even if they get this Lord, it doesn't mean that they will win the game.
Oh, can they though? But look at babycakes running very, very low. Pops the immortality. Dewey with a good rush on the backline, but Bray forced to use the enhanced sword to run right out. He is going to be able to pop the immortality. Babycakes blazing to west, but no, he's going to be very passive. He wasted it.
It's a time.
He go all the way back.
This is a time, ladies and gentlemen, for SMG SG to actually snatch the Lord for themselves. But in the meantime, Diablo, right now, he is still very healthy. He is not going to the casket anytime soon. But a wild arrow came out of nowhere. Almost used up Joxx's immortality.
Oh my God, Diablo.
Take that back. 2 immortality popped.
Diablo here, still standing strong, but is he going to die in the hands of Bento though? Joxxx running so low because of the Abyssal Arrow and the damage coming out from the Lord. It looks like SMG SG, can they contest this though? Because Joxxx had to go all the way back into the base just to heal up right now. The Lord is at 1/4. Is it going to be enough? Joe, can he steal it?
A little bit more!
He pops the Purifier, but no, it's not enough. But Joe could have steal it away. 505 runs very, very low. Joxxx not being able to steal the Lord. Finally, a lot in favor of RSG SG. Finally, the Lord!
Finally, right? That is exactly what Bray would have said. And probably the rest of the teams from RSG would have said. Finally, we got the Lord. The Lord is now marching in the northern side. This means that Uranus will be able to successfully push all the way down to the bottom lane. Yes, they do not have Bray, but that might not be that big of a problem to a certain extent because Dewey is not there. Remember what I said? Dewey is one of the win condition coming from SMG, and that is to open up the map in order to scout out where babycakes is or where babycakes is not. So now, SMG, they got some problems in their hands.
Look at Bento here, popping the Black Dragon form. Babycakes run a little bit low, but look at Joe in a very bad position with the Guardian Wall, dodges the Abyssal Arrow, but here comes Pupo and Koopa. 505 gets down, but look at Dewey rushing all the way into the backline. Is he going to be able to get him down though? But no, it's not going to be enough. He's going to be able to play passive, but look at the Rum. He's going to go down. He's going to get locked in by a big Guardian Wall coming out from Lolsie and down. Oh, the suppression comes out. Winter Truncheon coming out from Bento, but it's not going to be enough. And look at Joe. He's trying to run. He's trying to survive. But no, Diablo is just pushing out too much damage. Look at the damage coming out. 505 don't get taken down. But here comes the Winter Truncheon coming out from Joxxx. He's going to get taken down also. And Dewey just gives up. Stands still in the middle of the base right there. And it is going to be going towards RSG SG, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that.
What a game. A very long, extended game coming in from both teams, super close. But unfortunately, Team SMG, they just